Hi, I'm Blue Witch. Um, I wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about things to do and not to do when you're getting spell work done from me. Um, I know I have a few videos out like this, but I know that you have to go through like a lot of older videos just to find them. So I just thought I would do a new one, up to date it a little bit, and make it easy on you to know things that you should do while you're waiting for your spell work to happen. So I'm going to kind of go through some different spells and then do kind of the do's and don'ts, okay? Um, and let's start with prosperity. Okay, so prosperity is an awesome spell. It's one of my favorites. And I have a few different techniques that I like to use for prosperity spells. When retrograde is in, I like to use the water cauldron, and then I work with the elements of water and fire, um, and herbs and everything. But it's my new favorite thing to do. So anyway, so when you're working with me and we're doing prosperity work, you need to meet the energy. So you can't just do like a prosperity spell and then sit home and wait for things to come to you. I mean, you can, but you're probably will get more out of the energy if you go apply for new jobs, if you meet the energy, like apply for work, get off your butt, go out and do things, apply for loans, apply for your job, whatever it is that you're trying to do, start a business. I don't know, whatever you do to financially improve yourself, do that and watch the energy match you and you'll be successful. It'll work well. You'll it is so awesome. I love to see it. But sitting home, applying for jobs that you know you could never get, unrealistic jobs, like jobs that you don't have a degree for, like if you are only a graduation, you graduated high school and you go and apply to become a doctor, obviously you're not qualified to be a doctor, so you're not going to get that job. So probably apply for jobs that you're qualified for, um, and you'll be more successful. Okay. Um, let's talk about love work. I want to talk a little bit also about open roads. Um, I have this happen a lot. People will do love work and then don't do a love spell if you're still mad. If you're still holding on to pain and hurt and anger and you haven't worked through that yet, probably wait, do some shadow work, get yourself healed up where you're in a better place so that you can mentally um, be able to have a successful relationship with that person that you're going through a hard time with. Um, because this is what happens. If you don't get yourself healed up first, then you try to work things out with them, they're going to do something and it's going to trigger. And then you're going to be mad. And then, shit's going to hit the fan and you're going to flip out and yell and throw them out of the house and tell them you never want to see them again and so on and so on. Understandable. But then you're going to have to call me to do a booster. You're going to be like, okay, I fucked up. I got mad. And it happens. Shit happens. But you're going to call me and want me to do a booster. And then, oh, I need to open communication back up because I really shut him down and I told him I never wanted to talk to him again and da da da. So when you do that, even though there's spell work in place already for that, okay, no matter how much his guides are going to be telling him, oh, you should call her, you want to call her, you need to call her, tell her you're sorry, you know, do whatever you can, ask her out, ask her how she's doing. Like all these things they're going to be thinking, but then they're going to be like, no, because, you know, I really fucked up. I did bad things and she hates me and whatever. But they're going to call you. And when they do call you, you need to answer your phone. You need to answer your phone. And don't block them. Don't be a child and block them and be like, that's it, I'm blocking them. I never want to speak to them again. You know, and then is what happens is then you're like calling me going, your open road didn't work, Blue. It didn't work. I'm like, wow, I wonder what happened. Well, I went to text them and say hi, what's up, and then I realized that I had blocked them. That I had blocked him. And if you block him and you shut down all social media, you block him, you change your number, you get off of everything, how are they supposed to call you? How is communication, like, how is this going to happen? They don't like rejection either, and they feel like you hate them. So they're going to shoot you a text and be like, hey, I was thinking about you. How are you? I had a dream about you. Or, you know, how have you been? Are you still mad at me? Something. But if you have everything shut down, they cannot do that. So if you're going to do an open communication spell with me, you need to make sure you're available to communicate with. You cannot be communicated with if you have everything shut down. If you change your number, they can't call you. I had one client who moved to another state, got a new phone, and was blocked everything on social media, and then had me do a comeback love, and I did, and she never let the guy know her new info, and he was blocked on everything, and the only thing that she had that was still the same was an old email address. And so she waited like a month or two, and then she's like, Blue, nothing's working. I'm like, well, did you call him? And she says, no, I can't call him because I had him blocked. I'm like, well, unblock him. And then I said, does he know your phone number? Does he have all your, does he have all your stuff? And she's like, no, I changed everything and everything. He doesn't have anything. I'm like, well then, how is he supposed to call you? How is he supposed to contact you? Even if he thinks of you, he can't because you have him shut down on everything. So it's really important, you guys, that when you're doing this type of spell work, that you are open, that you are healthy, mentally healthy, and able to have a relationship, able to communicate, able to forgive, able to move on with this person. If you are not willing to do all those things, then what is the point of doing a comeback love, open communication with this person if you're going to keep them blocked on everything, right? So you want to make sure that when they call you, you answer the phone, even if you're busy, even if you're in a meeting or you're at the doctor's office or you're shopping or whatever you're doing that you can't talk right now. You answer the phone anyways and you say, I'm so glad you called, but I'm in a meeting right now and I would love to talk to you, but I have to go right now. Call me back in an hour, or I'll call you back in an hour, or whatever, however long, or if they call you, I have a lot of times they'll call in the middle of the night because they just had a dream about excuse me, they just had a dream about you. And so they wake up and they're like, I just had a dream about you and I just wanted to call you. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. And you're like, I'm not answering it. Answer your damn phone. Even if you're sleepy. Even if you're tired. You know they're calling you, but you're tired, so you don't want to answer. You need to answer it. That's part of the spell. The spell tells them you're going to have dreams about this person. Every time you go to sleep, you're going to dream about them. So when they're waking up from this sexy dream they just had about you, they want to hear your voice. And you don't answer your fucking phone. Makes me crazy. You guys, come on. Answer your phone. I know that a lot of witches, most witches will say, don't talk to him for 3 moon cycles and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bullshit. If they call you, you answer your phone. Another thing I want to talk about is poppets. Now, poppets are pretty hush-hush in my practice. I do poppet work a lot. All kinds. Self-improvement poppet, curse poppet, love poppets. I do them all. And they're very successful. But you need to know that it's a very serious magic. And I'm trying to think of how far I want to go with this because let's talk about self-improvement poppets first, okay? So I have some clients who have them to help them like overcome anxiety and to help them with prosperity and to help break off old things that are on them and things like that, I'm just going to say healing work. And I do a lot of things. I'll show you. It looks messy, okay? This looks messy. I'm aware of it. But I put them in crystal caves. And so I'll take their self-improvement poppet, their healing poppet, and I put them in the crystal caves that are like this. And they're like amethyst all in there. And I put them in there. And then I cover them with like healing herbs, right? And all kinds of healing crystals that are going to help with whatever it is that they need help with. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And I put all that in there, and then I stack more crystals on the top. And then I just leave them like that and leave them in there. And I tell the crystals, I'll put my hands on it and I'll say, healing for so-and-so's anxiety problems today. Healing for so-and-so's whatever their problem is. It doesn't matter what it is. There is nothing too big or too small. I've done it all. I've done them all. And at least I think I have. I'm not sure. Like for the most part. All the big stuff we've done. And they've been healed. I'm not a doctor. You still need to go to the doctor. You still need to take your medicine. You still have to do these things. All this is doing is working with the energy. It's all just energy work, right? I'm just in there putting things in there that are going to help you energy-wise. Like it's just going to work with whatever medicine you're taking, whatever doctor you're going to, whatever, we're going to meet that energy and work with you and let it help you. Self-improvement puppet is an amazing asset, and I think everyone should have one, except for me. I'm the only one that doesn't have one, and I will never have one. Then, of course, there's love poppets. Love poppets are really popular because a lot of times wives have husbands that have, we'll just call them bad behaviors. These are for husbands who are abusive, who are cheaters, who do a lot of emotional abuse, financial abuse, all kinds of things like that. And you know, you're invested in them, you can't leave them, you can't divorce them, you have kids with them, you have built a life with them, like so on and so on. So what do? You can't get them to go to counseling. You know, I always will recommend you go to counseling, no matter what. Always. And if I'm doing spell work for you, that's for your situation, your marriage, whatever, I'm always going to tell you to go to counseling, go get some help, some therapy. If you can get them in there, get them in there and meet the energy that way, because it's really going to be beneficial to you. Let's see what else. But a lot of times with those bad behaviors, they do end up getting cursed a lot. Even though they started out as love puppets and we try doing it the nice way, a lot of times some men really respond really well to love and to healing things, and you know, just a love puppet, sweet thoughts, and all this, you know, all the good things. A lot of the men respond well to that, but some do not. Some will respond better to getting their ass beat, and so we can do that too. It's whatever works. I don't care. I'm willing and capable of doing both. And so and I'm not here to judge anyone, and I don't care, like I don't care. So if they need to be punished for something they did, then we will do that. I have lots of different forms of things. Sometimes when they're doing really bad things, the wives will ask that their puppets get put in the fire ant hill. And so I work with the ants, and I ask them to strip and remove all bad behaviors. All things that are causing them to behave this way, I want it stripped and removed from their life. And let me tell you, shit happens. It is so funny to watch it work and just be like, oh, ooh, you know, it's quite interesting working with the ants. I love them. I've been doing it for a long time, years, and yeah, they get offerings. I talk to them. I'm out there really quick. I only do it at night because I don't want people going out to my ant hill and going, what does she bury out here? You know, I don't want anyone to see me. So I'm really cautious about it. And it's on my property, but you know, people could see if they wanted to. So I have to be careful. But anyways, so that is, you know, that's puppets. And also curse puppets. Now, I never talk about curse puppets. but I'm going to right now, just a little bit. Curse poppets are for really bad people. People that do some people do some really fucked up shit. And I just meet them where they're at. And I will curse them. If you're a bad person and you end up on my table, you're fucked. I will tell you straight up. It's not pretty. I get all kinds of really bad people on my table, and I have many really dark curses that I put on people like that, and I have no remorse. People always ask me, "Do you feel bad about this? Do you feel?" No, I don't. I don't feel bad about it. Not even a little bit. Not at all. Let me tell you, if they did something to end up on my table, they deserve to be there. I promise you. There's a reason, and they did something really, really bad. Anyways, I don't want to get into the things that I do to them. I will tell you that I do use dead rats. I use chicken feet. I use bugs, worms, like the kind of worms that eat everything. I don't remember what they're called, but I buy a bunch. I'll buy a big old thing of 500 of them, and I put them in a big tank with graveyard dirt, and I have some sigils that I put on the tank, and then I'll freaking bury them in there with the worms and the beetles and all kinds of stuff. I have all kinds of different things that I do to people. People who commit like heinous crimes. I do things to make sure that their parts can't work anymore. I do stuff like, I don't just do it to anyone for no damn reason. You need to understand that. I get asked questions like that, and it's so stupid. And but no, I don't do it for no reason, and nobody's gonna pay me what I charge to curse somebody for no reason. It's not gonna happen. If they're on my table, there's a reason they're on the table. I promise. So don't concern yourself with that. And I don't when I work with the dark gods, we'll just call them that, the dark lords, the darker energy, whatever you want to call it, I work with them in everything I do, good, bad, everything I work with them, no matter what I'm doing. I do blood magic, I do sigil magic, I work with fire, I work with all the elements, all of them, and I work with the ancients, and I do all kinds of magic. A lot of times the magic that I do, the spells I get, are from the gods that I work with. They'll give me ideas, and they'll be like, oh, do this, use this seal, use that seal, this sigil, that sigil, and things like that. And when I use blood, it's mine. It's my blood. Okay? So when I'm working with blood, with my own blood, what I do is I invoke them. I bring them into myself. And then I poke my little finger and put blood on the sigil or whatever I'm doing, or the curse or the name or the whatever I'm doing. But anyways, so if you're in a curse poppet, you're fucked and you deserve it. Curse removals. Let's talk about that. I don't like to do curse removals because I feel like if you have a curse on you, you probably deserve it. And I don't like removing another witch's hard work, but sometimes I do remove them. I don't like it. I don't like taking them off of people because then I'm the one that has to deal with that shit. And so it's not something that I do often. But when it involves children, I will help. And if they tell me, Lucifer told me, to ask you to help with this, da 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 da, then I ask him, and if I feel like that's truth, then I will help. I do get a lot of people who are in college getting, doing these exams and need help passing tests and things like that. I have some really good knowledge powder, and so I will do a spell using that knowledge powder to help you pass your tests. No, it's not guaranteed. No, that doesn't mean you don't have to study. You still have to study. Yes, it's going to calm you down. It's because I know a lot of times people fail just because they have test anxiety or things like that. So you need to tell me what's the problem. And then when I'm doing the spell, I could put stuff in there, the energy that you need in there to help you relax or retain information or remember information. And not go blank when you get there. Things like that. You got to tell me what your issue is with the test, and then I can help you with it. But there's still no guarantee. I'm just meeting your energy and putting elements and things in place for you to help you. You still have to do the work. You still have to show up and take the test. You still have to study. You still have to put the energy into it as well. It's not just about me doing all the work for you. Let's see, what other spells do we need to talk about? I think that's enough for now. Maybe I'll do another video later, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.